creation is delivering real results. We are building Jamaica. The time by the office of the Prime Minister is
9:05.
Elevate your knowledge in the world of healthcare and pharmaceuticals at the 40th Annual Pharmaceutical Conference. The innovative conference is back and better than ever under the theme Pharmacists Leading the Future for Sustainable Healthcare. Join Nationwide 90 FM from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. with Talk Up Youth and Design Studio on September 6th as we broadcast live from Princess Grand, Jamaica in the Grill. Catch the live stream on our YouTube channel at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. Join us for the most anticipated pharmaceutical conference of the year, only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by the Pharmaceutical Society of Jamaica, Tate's Clarendon Pharmacy, MJD Pharmaceutical Company Limited, Carimed Group, Goldline Pharmacy, Town Center Pharmacy, Sunshine Pharmacy, and Royal Medical Hospital. Buckle up, Jamaica! The Island Traffic Authority is shifting into high gear to promote safer roads for all. Learn all the best practices in road and vehicular safety when you tune into the ITA Corner during Nationwide this morning, every Monday at 8:30 a.m. Understand your rights and responsibilities under the Road Traffic Act of 2018 and stay informed about licensing and certification for drivers and motor vehicles. That's ITA Corner, Mondays at 8:30 a.m. during Nationwide this morning. Don't miss it. The ITA Corner is brought to you by the Island Traffic Authority, steering safety, inspiring change.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back. So, I don't know, so when Kevin come up here, so Damian's shift is done. So, the Rastaman, Kevin Williams, is in the chair. Good chap, you know. I draw a cat punch, but he's an excellent guy. Yeah, but so Kevin now, switch up the stream now, listeners, viewers. So, we're going to some low numbers now for make Cliff Hughes take liberty with we. Yeah, so we had about 6,000 with us earlier. So, we're going to have to build it back up. And so it's a new stream. So in case you're wondering something happened, it's just a new stream. So tell those who were on the previous one to hurry here. Let us build the crowd for the support. Okay, so the man who has been I don't want to say Don Gargan, you know, just to say that he's been the member of parliament for Western Kingston for the longest while. Desmond McKenzie has been up and about. I understand that he has been at his constituency office since before day. Yeah, and he's making his rounds. I wonder if he has voted as yet. Good morning, Mr. McKenzie. How are you, sir?
Morning, George, and morning to your listeners and to your viewers. I've not actually voted as yet. I did my first early morning check because around now we should be getting numbers on the first 2 hours of the polls, which is around 9 o'clock now, so those numbers should be coming into the central office in the constituency for us to have an assessment of what is taking place. One thing I can tell you, the early indications that the voter turnout is heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In certain polling stations across the constituency, and we expect that those events will intensify over the next couple of hours or so.
Where are the busier polling stations in West Kingston, Mr. McKenzie?
The busier ones would be Tivoli High School, which has quite a number of polling stations. The Denham Town High School also has a significant number of polling stations. Kingston High over in Fletcher's Land and the Leap Center would be the major locations where we have multiple polling stations within those areas. So those are the ones where every traffic is anticipated, and a number of other stations, but those are the major ones that carry heavy traffic on election day.
Yeah. People always ask me, Desmond McKenzie, how do the political parties keep track of where they are nationally? What kind of system do they have set up to be able to get that feedback, to give them a sense of how well they're doing nationally? Give me some insight into that.
Well, it was Mr. Seaga who first introduced what is known as the canvas. Way back in the 60s, he introduced the canvas system around 1967. So you have to really know where your voters are, who your voters are, where your voters live, and you get that determination. So we do regular canvassing. When the enumeration process is going on, we know persons who are enumerated. So we have a tap of what is happening, and based on that, we are in a position to actually do an assessment and to come with some numbers as to say what we think we must do. We know where our strength lies and where our weaknesses are in terms of the voting population, and it is based on a continuous work that we have done, that we have been doing, and it is because we have what is known as agents. And each PD, I have 83 PDs in West Kingston. Some is break up into A and B, and each PD has an agent, and that agent has 2 or 3 persons that work with them. That gives us total control in terms of what we do in knowing our voters, where the voters are, and that is how we can make a determination. And then we don't know. One idea as to what is it our opponents' numbers are based on enumeration and based on your candidates.
Yeah. Listen, you've been around for a while, Desmond McKenzie. You've seen this movie before, general election. The feeling around this one compared to others. Give me that perspective.
Well, I can tell you this election is totally different from every election that I've experienced. The energy of the people. What I'm seeing out there is persons gravitating to the Labour Party, especially to the party leader. I have never seen this before in my many years involved in the political process, and I've been on the road in almost every election. This one is a far cry different. I mean, I've seen ladies, women, children, running out. People are the ones that is coming to us. And the leader's popularity, the image of the leader, despite all that is being done to marginalize and to smear his name, I can tell you. I mean, when I look at what we experienced in Clarendon on Tuesday, on Monday, we did 3 constituencies. And what we saw hours leading up to 12 midnight, where we had to hurry to quickly not to break the law. It is people have been waiting. The demands for Andrew Holness shirt, for Andrew Holness armband. It's telling you that this leader, this party leader, has brought the Jamaica Labour Party to a level in terms of its organization politically that I must say is almost at the top of the list.
Mm-hmm. My lines are full. I just wanted to grab a quick word with you, and I'm here having you for this long interview. But never mind. I ask you this: your Manchester United is not doing so well these days, Desmond McKenzie. Will your JLP go the same way?
Let me say this: there's a difference between Manchester United and the JLP. Manchester United is every season. The GLP is for 5 years, 10 years. The Labour Party will come out on top in this election. There is no doubt as to what. Look, we are out there. What we have done, we have not gone to the country trying to create mischief. The opposition at no point in time can question our performance. And I believe that the Jamaican people is being looked at in a way that they don't people treat them as if they don't understand what is happening.
Yeah.
The average man that you talk to, you ask them what the Labour Party has done, and they have been able to reel off 2 or 3 things. Even PNP themselves
Yes.
will tell you, when you ask them, why is it that we should not support the Labour Party? The only thing they can...
Hello? Desmond dropped? The line dropped. Michelle, you have to call and apologize to him, tell him the line dropped. All right, it's 9:15. My stream numbers are building back up, and we were almost at 6 when we broke at 9 o'clock, and we are building back up to good numbers again. All right, let's go back to the phones now as we take some calls. Mahiri Stewart is in St. Anne, isn't he? Mahiri Stewart is in Northwest St. Anne, isn't he? Yes. Mahiri Stewart is in Northwest St. Anne. Yes. Mahiri Stewart, good morning, sir.
Good morning, George. Good morning, listeners. How are you?
I am well, sir. What's up? Talk to me. Where are you?
I am at the Runaway Bay Primary and Infant School, and the reason I am here is because this is where the incumbent MP is expected to vote. That's Crystal Lee.
Yes. What's happening there?
Well, I'll tell you, George, it's been a tale of two halves. I'm very taken aback by how peaceful everybody has been interacting. I'm seeing so many comrades and Labourites here hugging up each other, high-fiving each other. It's been very peaceful, except for one incident. I was here just a couple minutes ago. I was standing near a group of Labourites underneath a tree, and a man, seemingly of unsound mind, I can only assume based on how he was acting, he was walking with a long stick and some tools, and he was hurling expletives at the group of Labourites, and at one point pulled out one of his tools and held it in a threatening manner to the point where one of the Labourites had to pull out their own pocket knife just in case the person charged at him. And the Labourites were very concerned. They called for a policeman that was nearby to come and intervene. He did, and then the man that was the instigator in all this walked away. But he had come earlier, and he was speaking in a menacing tone, but he didn't threaten anybody.
Yeah.
When he was coming back, he did, which is very insane to me. Yeah. But outside of that, it's been a complete 180, been a complete opposite in terms of how people are treating one another. It's been very, very nice out here. Comrades and Labourites in harmony, cracking jokes with one another. It's very inspiring to see. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, as you drove from base to Northwest St. Anne and driving through several communities, even though it's early, were you seeing people in vehicles on the road? Were you seeing what looked like runners for the respective parties moving about to get the people out?
Let me tell you something, George. I've been seeing all kinds of runners. I've been seeing Pro Box galore. I have been seeing green. I've been seeing orange, definitely equal. I'm not seeing more than another. But I will say this, as you bring up vehicles and traffic seems to be a bit of an issue here. Runaway Bay Primary and Infant School is in a very narrow road, and because people have parked on the side of it, it's even more narrow. So it's hard for two-way traffic to come through. So we've had a lot of instances, I've shared some in the group, that people are coming to the gate trying to drop people off and reverse, and some are saying, no, you can't do that, you need to drive down and turn back. It's very hard for two-way traffic, and that's been a big issue. That's probably been the biggest issue so far. But
yeah. Is it likely, based on what you're seeing, Mahiri, and feeling, that the weather will play a role today? Meaning, is there any possibility of rain in the air at this time?
Well, I'm no meteorologist, but it is bright, it is sunny. The only time I saw fog was when I was on the highway on my way here, but once the fog cleared, it's been nothing but sunny skies. I would be shocked if there's any rain at any point today.
Yeah, contrasting that, one of my friends, an attorney, is in a line in Northwest St. Anne, and she was saying that she needed a chair and an umbrella. It was so...
Well, the sun is very hot, I'll say that much. Both of the parties, it's very interesting, the setup here. On the right side of the gate, if you're facing it, the Labourites don't have a tent, but they're underneath this very big tree that is basically their makeshift tent.
Yes.
The comrades on the left side are underneath a tent that they pitched themselves, and they have the chairs underneath there. So they're both on opposite sides doing their work, but they're doing their work peacefully.
Yeah.
It's very nice to see.
Not quite a bedwine setup, but the canopy for both of them, different things. A tree and a real tent. Mahira Stewart, thank you for this morning, man. Keep the enthusiasm up, keep the energy up, and we'll check back in with you.
Thank you very much.
Good. Mahira Stewart up there in Northwest St. Anne. It's a battle between Krista Lee and Gabriela Morris. Michelle, Kevin says break, Michelle. And then we'll come back to the phone lines. All right?
Outperform, outlast. We top performance. Jackama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy leg tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. In 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Educators, it's your summer your way. Let's go! Upgrade your ride with the sweet summer sale from the JTA Cooperative Credit Union.
Educators, take the driver's seat with the sweet summer sale from the JTA Credit Union. Ride in style with a new car or take that well-deserved vacation with a personal loan. Low interest rates, flexible terms, and fast approval. It's your summer your way. For more info, call 876-618-1706.
The sweet summer sale from the JTA Cooperative Credit Union.
Serving our members, impacting lives positively.
Back with us on Nationwide 90 FM as we cover this race to 32 for you. It's simple math, simple. Well, it's not even mathematics, to be fair. It's arithmetic. You're just using the basic functions in the discipline. And it's the first team PNP, Team JLP, the first team to 32 that will claim this election. And we have correspondence. We haven't heard from Westmoreland yet, Michelle, and we haven't gone elsewhere in the corporate area to speak to Colicia Wright, who is doing some work for us there. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Courtney.
George.
What go on, Courtney?
We are set, George, my boss.
Good day, man. Where you the pan?
Hello, I'm worried, George. I'm just get a chance.
Well, see, tell
my boss.
Big up yourself.
Yeah, man. Enough respect, man. George.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how old he is, but I tell you, I'm 53 years old. I'm about 1972.
Yes, sir.
And not even the previous elections that the JLP party has won was Labour right so jubilant and positive.
Yeah.
And sure.
Yeah.
That this victory is already in the bag.
Oh?
Me not ask no question. Me I tell you, George.
Yes.
Me I tell you. I've been following politics from a tender age.
Yes.
From the tribal days.
Yes.
You see me? Yeah, from the tribal days, me I follow politics.
From the worst days till now.
Yes, till now.
Yeah.
Me I vote for Labour right from them time there. Me I tell you, George. Not one of the election them were passed and gone where Labour right win.
Yes.
Was Labour right so energized, positive, and vibrant. That me never see that yet. Different
energy.
At the first, me see this, and me I tell you, I don't. I in my estimation, me I say about 53-10.
What?
Yeah, me I put
53 seats, Patrick. Courtney, 53.
Yeah, man, 53 to the Labour right, 10 to them. Because what kind of judge? Let me tell you something. What the PNP them do? Them go foreign. Go spread news like say Jamaica mash up and nothing now go on out here.
Yes.
But when the foreigner them come down and see a different picture, not all of them in a judge.
Yes.
But most of them.
Yes.
I go vote for where them see.
Yes.
You see the unemployment rate?
Yes.
It a go drop even further. Why? Because the foreigner them come see say where the people them out here tell them say nothing now go on them come see say lie them a tell so enough of them know. I forgot look work.
They will come off of the remittances and go look work.
Yes, and go look work.
No more barrel now send.
What changes are gonna make?
No more barrel now send.
What if changes are gonna make?
Yes.
You see, what's that?
Yeah.
We have a next issue.
Yeah.
You see how the business community them come out and talk about no consultant wasn't made and whatsoever with
minimum wage.
Say him go up with the minimum wage.
Yes.
And you see how the minimum wage commission come out and shame them.
Yes.
You hear nobody come out and say nothing. Why them don't like Andrew? If you go back in a history and check, come right up to Andrew time. Andrew Holness is not Andrew Holness alone. I believe Edward Seago tried to. But Andrew Holness is the only prime minister that come out and speak about what he's going to do for the poor and actually do it.
Yeah, but you know Courtney. But take your message, but we don't want to say that more on that because them said today is not for saying anything about a candidate. With,
Okay.
Today is just about what is happening on the day. So listen, I thank you for the call, Courtney. You must call again, man.
Yeah, man. I pick up yourself in the judge and congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, because what they thought would happen did not happen.
Yes,
and
sir.
Jamaica is looking on.
Very well, sir.
Yourself, my general.
All right, sir. Respect. Cordia Bennett in the chat says, me and 10 family just vote and my 30-year-old daughter. So you and 10 family members, that's 11. And your 30, 12 hour now? From one clan, just vote? Wow, that's impressive. Colicia Wright is in the corporate area for us, and she's in North Central St. Andrew. That's where Delana Sivright is for the JLP. Colicia, morning.
Good morning, George. Good morning, listeners.
How are you? Where are you? What's happening?
I'm good. I'm doing good. In fact, I'm at the Conton Spring Golf Club in the Norbrook Division in the constituency of North Central St. Andrew. And let me tell you, George, voters are out in their numbers at this polling station. When I tell you that there are scores of voters lined up, there are even voters sitting on the golf carts waiting to cast their vote.
Wow! So it looks as if it's going to be a strong turnout, at least at that polling station.
Definitely, because earlier I was at the Shortwood practicing and junior high school, and the voters there, the rate, it was trickling in. It was not so much there, but I was pleasantly surprised when I came to the Constant Spring Golf Club because there's scores of persons here waiting in line.
Do you know if either of the candidates, Christopher Henry for the PNP or Delana Sivright for the JLP, if their vote is in the constituency?
So Delana Sivright, his vote is actually at the Constant Spring Golf Club. I was supposed to go and confirm if he has already voted. I just got on location.
Yes.
So I've not yet confirmed that detail, but his vote is at this location.
Right, and but no information for Chris Henry yet?
No, not as yet.
Okay, all right. As you made your way through the corporate area, Colicia, give me an idea of what you saw, the colors on the cars, the motorcyclists, the people getting themselves in gear to go and find people to take them to the various polling or voting areas.
Well, going through the corporate area, the traffic on the road is not so bad. The road is not as busy as I expected it to be, but there are definitely supporters out in their colors, in their cars, driving around with their, what you say, horns, just cheering on their candidate. But it's not as busy as I would have expected it to be on the road, just traveling through the corporate area.
All right. Thank you very much. Colicia right there for us. She's in North Central St. Andrew. Christopher Henry for the PNP. Delana Sivright, JLP. That's the matchup in North Central St. Andrew. And we will hear more from Colicia later on. All right. So I see several people saying that they like the shirt. The shirt says 4%ers. They say only 4% listen, yet everybody hears. Yeah. Boy, 4%ers. Tyrone Ellis says, George, that shirt, the 4%ers giving the 96%ers worries. Big up NNN. Every time, Tyrone. Every time. Yeah. Cordia Bennett says, them can't stop NNN one cliff. Leroy Rotty, I'll be hitting the streets now. Soon call you, George, with my report. Yeah, man, Leroy. Give me a heel, man. Denzel M says, George, the shirt, bad. Who do we have online now, Michelle? Dawn. Good morning, Dawn.
Good morning, George.
How you do?
I did my vote. Actually, I live in Kingston, but I did not remove my vote from Portmore, and I must tell you, first of all, before I say anything, I want to commend the EOG, George. The experience was great.
Tell me.
They even had seat for the elderly. Can you imagine?
Yes.
So I had no ID, so I had to sworn. It took a longer time, but it was great. I felt good. George.
Yes.
I am happy. I feel good.
Yes.
I actually cast my vote, and I'm telling you, I am feeling good.
Which one are the Portmore seats? Which one are the seats in Portmore?
But my polling division was I think it's for what's his name? What do they call him? Miller?
Big Rob.
Robert
So
Miller?
that's Southeast
Yes.
St. Catherine.
Big Rob.
Southeast St.
Big
Catherine.
Rob.
Big Rob against Alfred
Yes.
Dawes. Dr. Alfred Dawes.
Yes, Big Rob.
Yes.
George, I am telling you, as a Jamaican, I feel good. I was able to cast my vote, and I hope. Well, I vote for my country. Vote for my country. I have no problem in saying that. I voted for my country. I've seen a very, very, very good and strong performance from this administration. Not direct to none of them.
Yes.
But I vote for my country because I've seen a significant improvement under this administration.
Very well
And
done.
I went and voted for my country, and I am feeling great. But I don't know if I can share this experience with you, George. I have been trying to share it, and I hope people pay attention. What was good when I went to that polling division? Very orderly. They were so polite. Wow, big up EOJ. And the old faces that I used to see in the polling station were not there anymore, and that was great.
Oh.
You know what I saw the last time I voted, George?
Yes.
Believe me, I was standing at the door, and when the gentleman came out with his ballot, the lady who took it from him, it came out folded.
Yes.
And when she hold it on the table and tearing off the bottom,
Yes.
she flipped it and look at what the man voted for.
Oh, dear me.
Look here. This is so hearsay. I saw it with my own eyes.
Yes.
To the point. I said, wow, this woman is so unethical.
Yes.
So when I went in to cast my vote, I said to her when I came back with the ballot, I said, I am not moving from the table until you put it in the box.
Yes.
Because you won't get that privilege to look to see who I voted for.
That's right. That's right.
And you know what she said to me?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
What? Of
Okay,
course.
ma'am.
Of course.
Here now. People move away from the door. Oh, so unethical. Where did the EOJ get her from? I am glad she wasn't there today.
Yes. Yes.
George, this is a good election. Big up EOJ.
All right, move.
Great improvement.
Thank you, Dawn.
Excellent. I feel great.
I can hear it. I can hear it. Thank you. All right. All right. I have to take a break now. Just before I go to the rake, Marlon Richards in the chat says, George, I came down 2 weeks ago and I carry 8 people with me. I voted already. And he says 1 p.m. I don't know what 1 p.m. means, but Marlon Richards said 1 p.m. And he and 8 people. So 9 of them came down 2 weeks ago and all 9, he says, voted already. What a thing. And I want to say good morning to my cousin, Peter Ennis, Pepe, and his wife Tamara, listening up there in Atlanta. Yeah, Pepe, I just saw a message from you, and it's love. More than my cousin, my brother. It's love.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:34. Welcome back to Nationwide's coverage of the Race to 32. I see someone in the chat named Ashley, New York's finest, who says, she asks, is he being real when he says he doesn't know what 1 p.m. means? or he's being sarcastic. Looks like Ashley's new in these parts, you know. Ashley, whatever your instinct tells you, that is it. And your instinct will not be wrong in this instance, my friend. Yeah? Okay, we have Wayne Walker online. Wayne, morning again, my friend.
Hey, good morning to you, George. I'm joining you from St. Peter and Paul Prep School. It's just on Monroe Road, I think it is. Yeah. I decided to hang around in the Eastern St. Andrew area, the constituency. Of course, we spoke with you this morning from Mona High School, but to traverse from here to Central Kingston, the next assignment that I have, would have been a bit problematic, you know, getting down there and back up. And because I know that the incumbent member of Parliament, Mrs. Favour Williams, would have voted at 9:30, I decided to hang around to sort of, you know, follow the process through and then move on to Central Kingston. And she's right here with me, actually. In fact, she just casted her vote. And she was in PD 38, I think. Yeah, there are 6 polling stations on this property. And she was in PD 38. Yes, I'm looking at her voter ID. So, Mrs. Williams, how was the process?
It was quite easy here at PD 38. There was not a line, but I did note that there were lines at the other PDs. Actually, I've been circulating in the constituency to different stations, and they're experiencing slowness at several of them. At one in particular in Tavern, there was a point where the machine was not working, but they got it back up and working. You know, a lot of people at this hour of the day, they want to vote before they go to work. So at many of the polling locations, there's a crowd there. But this particular PD, there was no crowd, but at the other ones.
Yeah, there's a bit of an issue this morning as well about Mona, and the last time we checked, they sorted things out. I'm happy that you got here a little earlier than scheduled. It gives me an opportunity to move to my next location. But how are you feeling?
Feeling good. I've been taking the temperature as I move around, and I can tell by the exuberance of my workers that they are expecting a very positive result this afternoon.
I covered you on nomination day, like I did Mrs. Patricia Duncan-Sutherland, and I noticed that the crowd behind you then was not as great as I'd normally see, because I've covered you for the last 2 elections. And so I was wondering, you know.
You should have stuck around. You should have stuck around. Half of the crowd was at the point where we gathered, and half of them made it there. You should have stuck around and seen the crowd. Yeah.
But like today, you came early, so maybe that's the problem. Which is a good thing, you know. I don't have a problem with it.
I would have loved to have voted before now, but because I had to go to other locations, I'm here.
And you don't seem to be one for the fanfare, because you just came out of your vehicle, went into the polling division, and you're out in about 2 minutes, and you're going to head back. I didn't even realize that you were here.
That's the experience I'd like for everyone. to get out of the car, come in, vote, or if they walk to the police station, however they get here. I'd love for the experience to be quick and fast, you know, and so they can get back onto what they're doing.
Have you heard the chatter that you're under a bit of pressure here? Is it true?
No.
No, that you didn't hear it, or no, you're not under pressure. Which of them?
I'm not under pressure. Not under pressure at all. Not any place that I can think of in the constituency. Over the last 2 terms, I have executed my job. I'm not going to say it's perfect. There are always people who are going to say they didn't get something, they didn't see me, something. But I usually respond, if there's an issue in any part of the constituency. I think I'm very present, even though some people say they've not seen me. But it's a situation sometimes where persons say, oh, I didn't see you, you didn't come to my community. And, I might say, oh, but I was there 2 days ago. They go, well, I wasn't there, so I didn't see you. So, you just have to roll with the punches.
Understand.
Yes.
Yeah. So one last question. What the rest of the day looks like for you? What are you going to do?
The rest I will just be going from polling station to polling station just to keep monitoring, and any issues that come up, I have to be there to help to resolve. It could be making sure that my workers are on spot and they're working at the pace that they should be working. Runners may need some assistance, whether it is with gas because they've made many, many trips and so on. So I'll be ever present today until the end of the voting period in my constituency.
Have you touched base with your leader since today?
Of course. I mean, like,
or he touched base with you?
Oh,
yes,
Prime Minister, absolutely. I did. Almost first thing this morning, because he's checking around as well to see how we're feeling, what's the experience on the ground. So, positive experience.
My gut told me he was checking around with you guys, why I asked you.
Well, I mean, obviously the Prime Minister, I'd love to know what's going on across Jamaica, so he's going to touch bases with all of us to hear our report, to see if there are any issues, any problems. I told him about the slowness that we were experiencing at more than two, three polling stations. So if he gets information like that from others around the country, then when he aggregates, he can see whether or not it's a major issue or not a major issue. So it's good to report up so that Prime Minister can get a good sense of what it's like across the island.
Mrs. Favour Shirley Williams. You'll be
I love that name. One Favour.
Yes. You want to touch a number. You want a one something, one SW, not 1 PM, 1 SW, right? You like that?
Thank you.
I like One Favour.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thanks, man.
Thank you,
George. Thank you. Yeah,
man, thank you, Wayne. All right. So I just see some assets coming to our group. Well, one of our group WhatsApp chats for this election day. There are so many. The PM, I understand, is up and about, and in short order, we'll be able to play what is happening from the PM. I see a message in the WhatsApp, in the YouTube chat here from one of my cousins from overseas, Clive, who says that he came down to vote. But he says Raga can't find his name on the voters list. So why? Raga is at the working at the, okay. He says he'll be joining the after election festivities. So Clive, so disappointed that you traveled, that you couldn't find your name on the voters list, but yeah, I hope you find reason to celebrate later on. Dana Davey is on her way to Westmoreland. She had to stop and vote in Northeast Manchester first, and she's going to tell me about that experience, and of course where in Westmoreland she's hoping to make her first stop. Good morning, Dana.
Hi, good morning, George. Good morning to the listeners and viewers. So as you said, I'm still in Northeast Manchester, making my way to Westmoreland. I stopped just for a little bit to take this call. So I voted at the Bryce Primary School in the Craighead Division in the constituency. It was pretty smooth for me. Once I went inside, I didn't stay long. I was in there for maybe about 2 minutes, probably a little less. The lines, though, they were a little bit long. I didn't have to stay in line. The people from the community saw me.
Because you're a star and you work nationwide and they know you work today. It's all right, carry on.
They know me. They allowed me to go in first. They allowed me to go before them. But the lines were a little bit long based on what, I observed. However, the people were waiting patiently. I didn't notice anybody quarreling, saying, the line long and, so forth. They were just in line, waiting patiently, talking amongst themselves, waiting for their turn to vote. It's very quiet here, and that's very normal for my town here in Christiana. Very, very quiet. I'm seeing a few people in their colors, but not many. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing, runners bringing people to the different polling stations or going to pick up people to bring them to the various polling stations. But it's very quiet, very peaceful here in Northeast Manchester. I spoke to a member of the security force while I was here. He was telling me that he hasn't heard of any incidents so far. So very peaceful here in Northeast Manchester.
How long is the drive time you anticipate before you get to Manchester from where you are, Dana?
Before I get to Westmoreland?
To Westmoreland, beg your pardon.
Probably a little less than 2 hours.
Okay. We need to get on the road because we need you in Westmoreland before midday.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
I'm hoping to stop in Eastern Westmoreland first.
Yes.
And then Central, then Western Westmoreland.
All right, then. Thank you very much. Dana David there, who has voted in Northeast Manchester, and then she's going to make her way to Westmoreland to do some work for us. Just before I go to the break, I got this message from one of our most prominent attorneys, King's Counsel. I said to him that, well, I wouldn't mention a name. He says, no, man, mention my name. So he said he voted early this morning at the Heart Academy in Stony Hill. He says the process was without incident and that he even saw a driver clad in orange shouting, "Time come," but dropping off persons in green coming out of his car. So the taxi man in orange just said, "Time come," but his passengers were Labourites that he dropped off to the Stony Hill Art Academy. And this message came in from King's Counsel, Peter Champagny. Yeah, so KC, thanks for this message. This one gave me a chuckle. All right, so disappointed for my cousin Clive, who was flown in from Canada. I can't believe you said the man named on the voters list. Clive, what a condition. Clive, go to the ECJ website, the OJ website, and type in your name and see if it come up, because it's hard for you to travel so far and can't get to participate in the process. After the break, more. This is Nationwide.
Your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:46.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paint's 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Welcome back to Nationwide's coverage of the Race to 32. That's what our coverage is called. I think it's the best name out there. It's the most practical, communicates precisely what is at stake in these elections. There's a story that I need to bring to the attention of my listeners and viewers this morning. And it's a sad one, because I'm getting confirmation from the police that a boy, an autistic boy, was found dead this morning, was reported missing, and they found his body in a pit at the back of his yard. This boy, I'm confirming that the next of kin I've been communicated with, so I can say the name. 5-year-old Jahir Spencer of Maple Leaf Avenue, Kingston 10, who was reported missing on Tuesday, September 2. So yesterday, reported missing Tuesday, September 2. 5-year-old Jahir Spencer of Maple Leaf Avenue, Kingston 10. Jahir reported missing at the Halfway Tree police station, and I'm confirming that the police found his body in the back of his yard. We understand from the report that he was autistic, and no reports yet about the circumstances around his death, just that his body was found in a pit at the back of his yard. And boy, amid all the festivities and the celebrations today and the feelings of patriotism and feeling good, this is just sad. I don't have any information at all, so I can't even speculate, even though I wouldn't, about the cause of death. But at 5 years old, boy. So the family of Jahir Spencer, I'm sure not doing good this Wednesday morning. All right. I had to share that with you. It's what we do. We do news. Roby Ann Williams was lining up to speak with us, but her line dropped. So we're going to get back to her. I hope Roby took Abigail's advice about the phone she should use out in St. Thomas today. But yeah, the story there, tough. Anyway, Lily White in the chat says, George, me and my 2 sons just voted. I mark my ex with so much love. I think it is the best one. The best ex ever marked, Lily. I hear you, Lily White, in the chat. Robian Williams is now with us. Good morning, Robbie.
Good morning, George. Good morning to our listeners, to our viewers. I'm coming to you from the Yallahs Division in Western St. Thomas. Over here in Western St. Thomas, we've been here from as early as 8 thereabout, and we're still here. George, I want to tell you that I'm coming from the Yallahs Baptist Church Hall, and I also went to the Yallahs Infant. These are polling stations in the Yallahs Division, and what I can tell you, George, is that the atmosphere is electric. The voting is going on smoothly, and though slow, when I spoke with some of the outdoor agents, they say the voting so far is slow but progressing smoothly. Our listeners, George, would or may be aware that James Robertson is the longest-serving member of Parliament in the constituency's history, and he's seeking to be re-elected today. He's up against Hubert Williams of the People's National Party and also Carleen Affleck of the Jamaica Progressive Party.
All right. So in terms of the drive into St. Thomas, Robbie, what did you see on that drive in? I know you voted first before you headed out.
Indeed. Surprisingly, it was no traffic, little to no traffic, and it was calm. I spoke with the cluster officer, one of the cluster officers, and he said that it is so calm. He has never seen it this calm before, but he explained to me to say that it is early morning and they expect the crowd to come out after 12 thereabout. He says some people are at work, some people doing some things before they come out. So it's calm here in the Yallahs Division in Western St. Thomas for now.
All right, Robian, thank you. We'll check back in with you. Thank you very much, Robian Williams, who's out there for us doing good work in St. Thomas. Ricardo Brooks, your fans on YouTube have been asking, where is Ricardo? And cometh the call, cometh the man. Ricardo Brooks has been tracking the Prime Minister. Ricardo, good morning.
Good morning, George. Good morning to the listeners and the viewers.
Yes, man. Proceed. Tell us what's happening, where you are. Who are you with?
Well, I'm at Mona High School with the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. He just voted here and gave quite a long gaggle with journalists on location. Good morning, Prime Minister.
Listen, the journalists here, all of them detained me, and they threw questions after questions after questions, and I had to dispatch them to the boundaries.
So, Prime Minister, give our listeners and our viewers a sense of what you're picking up as to what's been happening so far today.
Well, it's hard to give a sense. This is the first place I've been. But from the telephone calls that I have received internally, things are moving fairly well, except there were some complaints about the slowness of the voting machines. In my own constituency, we had a report of a motorcade by the opposing candidate, which should not happen. And we reported that to the Electoral Commission and to the police. But outside of that, things seem to be moving fairly steadily. You know, Jamaica's democracy is strong. People come out, and there is no animosity. Everybody is making what I would like to call their cool, calm, and collected decisions.
You had a word just now for the undecided voters, and for those who may be at home listening, watching, and thinking about what to do. What do you say to them?
Simple. Choose Jamaica. Choose what's best for Jamaica. The election is about performance and promise. If you bring performance together with promise, you get fulfillment. So which party can fulfill? It's a party that has made an entire booklet that is uncontested about its performance and delivery, and would have made promises that are practical, doable, realistic, and morally fair. And if you put those two things together, the choice for Jamaica would be the Jamaica Labour Party.
George, I'll let you have the final one.
Prime Minister, good morning. They just, well, to keep it election day related, I don't want to get in trouble with the constituted authority, and you would know more than most about the work of that body from 1997. There was a report we got this morning from a lady who said she went to a Pentecostal church in your constituency, on McKinley Crescent, and she was in the line for 1 hour, and nobody in the line in front of her moved, to the extent that she was so frustrated she went home.
Yeah, that's the report that I have gotten, and we have reported it to the Electoral Commission. The machines that they have seem not to be working, and it is a concern. I'm raising it now. I've reported it to the Electoral Commission, and I believe that they ought to address it fairly quickly. But I would say to those voters who have been frustrated and return home, I encourage you, I ask you to go back and exercise your franchise.
Yeah,
George, very much. The Prime Minister has to go now to his West Central St. Andrew constituency. Thank you, Prime Minister. And of course, George, we will be traveling with him throughout the day. So we're going to make our way now to West Central St. Andrew.
Yeah, and Ricardo, keep close attention to reports about any difficulties in the voting process in that constituency. You know very well the history of West Central St. Andrew, so we wanted to tell us anything that happens that is not supposed to.
I'll stay on top of it.
Very well. Ricardo Brooks there, whose job today is to track the Prime Minister all the way until 5 o'clock this afternoon. All right, we're coming up to 10 o'clock. Cliff Hughes should be getting himself together for 10 o'clock, but we still have time on the clock, so we're using it. Michelle, you have any more calls you want to give me? Elaine Green says, George, I spent 2 hours in line, but wasn't giving up. So I assume you got through, Elaine. I assume you got through. Then I got a call from another prominent former policeman who told me that he had some perhaps misdirection in terms of where to put his ex on the ballot, because they insisted that he put it in a particular place. He was saying, well, that's not where I usually put it. And so there was some confusion on his part as to whether or not, having complied with what the election day workers said, if indeed it was in the right place. And as one of my contributors pointed out this morning in the YouTube chat, the X and the interpretation of where the X is also about intent. And that will be one of the things that will be considered when that ballot is opened to determine if it should legitimately be counted with the rest in the counting period. So I don't think he should fret, but I hear his concern about people who know how to vote. They voted several times, but are being given what they consider to be new instructions by the election workers inside the polling station, polling division, when they go to actually cast their ballot. Ian is online. Good morning, Ian.
Hi, morning, George. How are you doing?
Good, man. I'm good.
Great. Yes, I cast my vote already, and it is something I observed as I call that where I voted, that's in the 6th area there. PD 47 to be exact. The line was pretty slow. It was very slow, so much so that I actually went to one of the officers in there and tell them that I don't understand why this line is so slow.
Yes.
Because I counted about 3 or 4 persons who actually left. And I just wanted to say to Jamaica that once you're in that line, even if the polling station closes at 5, you have to be allowed to cast your vote. And don't let anything frustrate you from demonstrating your right. You have a right to vote. Go and vote. It was quite, I made up in my mind, nothing was going to stop me.
Yes.
From voting. And I waited. I'm telling you, I waited probably about 45 minutes in line.
Determined.
Or more.
Yes.
Or more.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Ian. Thank you for that advice this morning, my friend.
Yes.
Good.
Keep up the good work. You have a marathon to the judge.
May I tell you, man, I share it with the old man.
And after the election, you have orange juice to buy, remember?
Yes.
About that.
All right, so no problem, man. All right. So remember, listeners, I was telling you about my cousin Clive, who's here from overseas to vote and was told by one of our friends, well, they're much older than me, but they all grew up together, that his name was not found. So Clive, I'm seeing here now, Satan, Devon Bryan, Satan is telling me to tell Clive to not leave because himself and Iona are searching for his name. So Clive, don't leave. Boy, this is personal, listeners. Sorry for doing this, but I have to do it this way. My cousin Clive, all the way from Canada, man can't find his name, but they say you're not to leave. Iona, Satan, and the same Raga, they're searching to find your name, because I think what may have happened is that Clive may have gone to the usual polling station to vote, and they can't find the name there. So you're saying, well, your name doesn't exist. Maybe it's changed, because mine was changed. I used to vote at St. Dorothy's Church Hall, and it was changed to the cemetery behind the church beside the cemetery where my father is buried. So it may be the same thing. So Clive, don't leave. Stick with the process. 3 people, Iona, Raga, Satan, they're all looking for your name. So anybody hearing me, tell Clive not to leave. I'm coming down that side now. I can't come where you are, but I'm trying to get my vote done now so I can come back and do the rest of the work. Is Mr. Hughes ready, Michelle? Is Clifton ready? Clifton?
George Davis.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Me see you with ink on your finger this morning, sir.
I have voted. I've done my job as a citizen of my beloved Jamaica.
Excellent,
I was
sir.
at the polling station shortly after 7 this morning.
Yes.
The system flowed well.
Yes.
The procedures were dutifully followed. A very intelligent and informed presiding officer, because George, viewers, listeners, my voter ID has been expired for almost 10 years.
Cliff, I haven't seen my voter ID. The first election I was eligible to vote in was 2002. I haven't seen my voter ID since that time.
Well, I had to dutifully swear.
Yes.
Yeah, and be fingerprinted. Yeah, from the moment I thought I was under.
It's all right. It's all right. Oh, I must tell you before I go, my chief, that the Constituted Authority and the Broadcasting Commission.
Yes,
I got to watch it. Yes, we get the call too. So watch yourself, all right?
Yes.
And so when you go until 2, I'll pick up from you at 2, and then we'll be together at 5:30.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm going to vote and come back.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right. Take care, George. See you later.
Yeah, man.